Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm reacting to Can Self-Love Be Harmful? Sadhguru. So I was going through, I was not gonna do a Q&A. I was gonna go ahead and do a regular video from Sadhguru, and this showed up and I'm like, this is interesting because this is something that's kinda talked about, at least in the West or in America. And people say self-love, self-love. It's like, yeah, I think you should care about yourself. You don't want yourself to be damaged. You have to be able to take care of yourself so that you can take care of other people. You can't take care of other people if you can't take care of yourself. Or if you don't take care of yourself, eventually you won't be able to take care of other people. But self-love, can it be harmful? Much like a lot of things that I believe in, if it goes too much to the extreme, yes it can. But generally speaking, I don't understand self-love. What does that even mean, though? I don't know. I genuinely, I've heard it said before. It means you care about yourself. Well, that's obvious, but that's not necessarily love, though. I guess to me, love is something between you and another person. You caring about yourself is not loving yourself. I guess maybe it's the definition of love. Self-care? Yes. Self-love? Different story.
Now this is going against all the popular teaching. People have been telling you, first you must love yourself before you love anybody. Whatever your emotional process is just local gossip. Enjoy it if it's nice, but don't believe it. You're a little in love with yourself. You are heading towards schizophrenic condition.
Okay, I can understand maybe if you don't, if you don't hate yourself. I suppose, yes, actually what Sadhguru said there, now that it clicked, schizophrenic, whenever you have schizophrenia. I can't even say the word because of my sickness, and probably guess I can't say the word. Schizophrenia. Where you... And you're kind of seeing it in the United States now, where people don't know who they are anymore, and they hate themselves because some of them believe that they're not in the right bodies, some of them believe just a whole bunch of crazy stuff, and it's becoming more and more common to the point where you start doing external things to fix the internal problems, and it can be a problem. And sometimes it's just a phase that they're going through, especially the younger ones. And they do irreversible things to their body, and it's kind of crazy. So in terms of that, yeah, I get it. Basically, it's still self-love, though, more self-discovery. Find out who you truly are. Maybe that's the meaning. Self-love, find out who you truly are, maybe the same thing.
Sadhguru, I've tasted many times something of the beyond, but still I get stuck in many small petty issues. How do I overcome this and always maintain equilibrium?
So you have tasted the beyond. But now petty things still entangle you. So if you have tasted it for a moment, just for one moment, there is something beyond what you think and feel. If that has become a real thing for you, even for a moment, then you must invest your life towards that. Yes, I'm trying to, but petty things carry me away. So, you're little falling in love with yourself. That is why, even though the taste of the beyond is somewhere on your tongue, you still can get entangled, because you're little becoming inflated personality. You're little in love with yourself. Is that wrong? Nothing wrong. It's just called madness. Because love is an effort, love is a longing to include something as a part of yourself. Love is a process. Love is a possibility where you could become larger than who you are. You could become more than what you are by inclusion. Now, if you wallow in your own self-love, now this is going against all the popular teaching. People have been telling you, first you must love yourself before you love anybody. If you cannot love yourself, how can you love anybody?
There shouldn't be a need to love yourself, right?
If you say, I want to love myself, now you are heading towards schizophrenic condition. Now you're creating two in one. If you want to ensure that you never go insane, the first and foremost step that you need to take is, you take away all divisions and you see this is an individual. An individual means he cannot be further divided, he's indivisible. You cannot divide him anymore. This is one entity, you can't make it into two. If you make it into two, I love myself, now you're heading towards madness. First step has been taken.
As in the I is loving the myself, right?
If life situations cooperate, you will get there quick. If life situations don't create that situation for you, you may manage within socially accepted levels of that madness. So, the reason why, even if divine touches your tongue, even if the taste of the divine is there on your tongue, you can still get entangled, is simply self-love. It is a sure step, first step towards madness. Whether you're going to get there to the asylum status or you will get only to the ashram status is subject to many things. But this happened to a man. He wanted to enroll himself in a college. So he saw a big building and walked in. There they had registration forms, he filled up everything. He signed, and when he went to the official to give it, to be enrolled in the college, the official said, but this is not a college, this is an asylum. Then the man said, but no, I wanted to join a college. But the official said, no, this is an asylum. Then the man thought, but I have already filled my registration form, so what difference, I will join up. Not much difference. I will join the asylum. What's the big difference?
One's college, one's asylum.
The official agreed, yes, not much difference, but there is one difference. What is it? Here, unless you show improvement, we won't let you get out.
Ouch! Sorry, I should be mindful of me. That is actually kind of funny. And that is true though. Oh my gosh, both of them you do have to pay for. Both are paid for. Whether you pay for it, or sometimes you can get the state or other people to pay for it. That is hilarious. Wow, that's a good one. Man.
So, ashram is just a Sanskrit word. An English word would be too insulting. So ashram. because with the taste of the divine on your tongue, you're trying or you have the necessary foolishness in you to fall in love with something so limited which you call as myself. That is a sure sign of madness. That is definitely a sure sign of madness. If you had never tasted it, then this is all you know, that's okay, because you don't know anything better. And the taste of the divine is still lingering, and you're getting entangled with something so limited as your personality, that is definitely a sign of madness, there is no question about it. If you're in such a state of madness, you're doomed. Even an astrologer will charge you half price, because when your destiny is so doomed, there's nothing much to predict, it's easy, really, it's very easy. But all this talk, don't get depressed. Should I be an optimist or a pessimist?
I consider myself a realist optimist. I mean, I'm realistic about the situation first and foremost, then I'm optimistic about it.
On the spiritual path. An optimist, a pessimist, and a realist
Walking to a bar?
were at the breakfast table.
Oh boy.
An optimist, there was a closed pitcher, a dish, a container, and the optimist looked at it and said, "Please pass me the cream." A pessimist looked at him and said, "Please pass me the milk." A realist said, "Please pass me the pitcher." So, if you're an optimist, you will be misled. If you're a pessimist, you'll be misled. So when you're down, I up you. When you're up, I down you, because I want you to be a realist. Only one who is in contact with reality will grow. Others, optimists will hallucinate, pessimists will get depressed. Both will not get anywhere. You have to be a realist. You are willing to see everything the way it is. No hype, no depression. You're just where it is. Most important. It's extremely important.
So let me define what I mean by realist optimist. So if I look at a situation, say, I try to think of an example, but, well, the car's broken, and it looks like it's going to take 3 days to get fixed. It's like, well, and the optimistic part's like, well, at least it's only 3 days. Or, well, I guess I could walk to work and get a little bit of exercise. Optimists like that. Still a realist optimist. Sorry, that's a terrible example, but it's the best I could come up with in like 5 seconds. But it's just looking at it as reality, but looking at the positive sides of it, instead of being like pessimistic or realist pessimistic, where you look at the things in reality, but you only think of the negative outcomes. Look at the things in reality, but think of the benefits of it. Look at it in a positive way, but realist still.
So when I see you in a high, I put cold water on you. When you see you're low, I set fire to you. Don't think I'm playing with you. I'm just trying to bring you down to reality. you go off this way, you're going away. If you go off this way, you're going away. We need you in reality. Only in reality you grow. Growth is possible only in reality. It's the existential which can transcend the psychological. Whatever it does, transcendence is also empty. Transcendence is also false in the psychological. There is no such thing as transcendence in the psychological sphere of your life. Transcendence has to be existential because it is in the existential that your essential process of life is rooted in. What is happening in your mind, your thought and your emotion are psychological. They are just a small offshoot of life. It's not life. Right now, it may be keeping you fully engaged. Your thought and your emotion may be keeping you fully engaged right now, but it is just a small offshoot of life. It is not life. You can think what you want. Even if you're fast asleep, you're still life. In fact, you're more life when there is no psychological activity. If you have known a few moments of what you call as beyond, those were few moments where you were free from the psychological. Those few moments of freedom from the psychological, you are more present than ever. Years of living, a few moments where you're free from the psychological process were the most significant moments of presence in your life. So, that little taste that you have known, you must invest your life in that direction, not what your thoughts say, not what your emotions say. Your emotions and thoughts can say whatever they want. They will say one thing today, tomorrow morning they'll change their opinion. They're just like the local gossip. It keeps shifting. It keeps shifting what people are talking about today and what they're talking about tomorrow. Similarly in your mind, whatever your thought process is, whatever your emotional process is just local gossip, very localized to you. Enjoy it if it's nice, but don't believe it. If you like the gossip, you enjoy it. Gossip is for entertainment. You don't start your spiritual process on gossip. You don't start anything that really matters on gossip. If the taste of the divine has come to you, then you will see entertainment doesn't mean anything. Suddenly entertainment doesn't mean anything at all to you because all entertainment looks too stale and ridiculous for one who has tasted the real thing.
Okay, let me go back to the very beginning here and see what the question was originally.
But don't believe it, you're a little in love with your…
Tasted many times.
Something of the beyond, but I still get stuck in many small petty issues. How to overcome and always maintain equilibrium? Interesting how it became self-love, though. Petty issues, how to overcome. Tasted the beyond and still stuck in the material realm. How did that translate into self-love? I get mostly what Sadhguru was talking about. Essentially is that, I don't know if I would say stale, but perhaps for Sadhguru would be, in terms of the entertainment in the world, I would say though that whether you're entertained or not, it would not matter. Absolutely. So long as you're content all the time, it's fine. You can enjoy the things in life, for sure, but not let petty things, like this person said here, affect you. Again, depending on how far along you are in your journey, maybe nothing will affect you. But for me, the petty things, most things don't affect me, but there are still things out there that affects me, obviously. Again, my path is just the reduction of suffering. If I get further than that, that's great. If not, I'm not bothered by it. Because if you're bothered by not progressing, then clearly you're not progressing, because you're bothered by your progression, which is exactly the opposite of to progress. But yeah, can self-love be harmful? Very strange turn of events. I don't know if I missed that part or not, but I get the fact that maybe it's something to do with getting into your true self, the beyond, but yet because you've tasted it, that you focus on yourself so much that you become either schizophrenic or egotistical, maybe. I know Sadhguru focused on schizophrenia 2 and 1, but could also be egotistical, whereas you think of only yourself and only yourself to improve and no one else, because that's selfish, or self-love to a degree too. Because self-love is just loving yourself and no one else, which Sadhguru did talk about that, and it reminded me of his video about you love yourself, you love your family, and you protect them, but why not expand that love? In another video he talks about where you start encompassing like everyone in the world. Now you don't want to harm anyone. Essentially, was it the basics of yoga? I believe whenever he teaches that. But anyways, that's my reaction to can self-love be harmful. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.